So you feel like a skinny weasel dick and you want to do something about it. Good. Fucking good effort. This is the first step to changing your physique and transforming into an actual man of stature instead of being a little fucking pissant boy like the guy on the left. Fucking weasel dick. But anyway, I have wasted a lot of years going around in circles trying to get to where I am now. Now I'm going to synthesize and give you the answer really fucking quick. And you're not going to want to hear what the actual answer is. And I'm going to give you 5 points. I'm going to save the raw truth right to number 5. So if you want to stick around for that, it's going to fucking hit you like a ton of bricks. But guess what? At least it'll save you years of trial and error and fucking around. So we will roll straight into it. Step 1. Let me clear my throat. Track your photos. Track your scale weight. Your rate of gain wants to be around about a kilo a month, okay? No more and no less. And that will be for the average guy that, let's say, he's around 70 odd kilos. That wants to be your rate of gain. The next thing you need to track is actually your diet. Do not for 1 second think that you can just eat whatever you want in order to grow and get bigger. Oh, no, no, no. You need to set your calorie target out, and I've done many videos on how to do that. And if you want me to do it for you, message me and I will help you, because it's important that men look fucking better and dominate the world as opposed to looking soft and flabby. If you look better, it's better for my eyes. So you need to set your calorie target, your macro target, and you need to track your food religiously. As if you were dieting down to get abs, how serious you take tracking macros then, you need to do the same when you are bulking up. And you don't want to be eating dirty ass foods and loads of foods. That will not get you to where you need to be. So step 1 and 2, nice and simple. Track the scale weight, track your photos, track all the food that it is you are eating. The next thing I will say is, carbs are your biggest friend when you want to build muscle. People will tell you all over the internet, just get loads of fats in, just add loads of peanut butter, just eat loads of nuts. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. That is not going to be the best and the most sensible way in order to get fucking gains. Do you want to know why? Where is muscle built? Is it built in the kitchen? No, it is built in the gym. So for you to build muscle, you need to go from lifting 20 kilos on an incline dumbbell chest press, like a weasel dick, to 30 kilos. So you can see tangible gains because it's the new muscle that is able to lift the new weight. So let's not beat it around the bush. You need to be able to lift the weight. What is going to allow you to lift more weight? Energy. Where does energy come from? Carbohydrates. Could it come from fats? Yes, but it takes a hell of a lot longer to digest fats and then use them as energy. What will your body use first? Glucose in the blood or glycogen stored in the muscle. Where do they come from? Carbs. So guess what? Carbs need to be the priority. Protein doesn't really change. Protein's a given. Eat fucking 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. The fucking generic line, or 2.4 per lean muscle mass of tissue. And on a side note, if you're not 8 to 10% body fat, don't even think about bulking. You need to diet down first so you're lean and responsive, and then you can bulk up. Don't bulk from fucking 18% body fat because you'll just get fatter and fatter and fatter and you'll look absolutely dreadful. I've made many videos on why. In fact, the last video was about that, so go and watch that if you want to know the reason why behind that. So, where were we? With carbs, the next thing we need to think about is what type of carbs and how should we structure them around the workouts? Because you will come to me and go, but it's hard to eat so many carbs. They're so filling and they fill me up. Whereas fats is just easy and I can get them in no problem and I can bulk. How are we going to eat these carbs? Okay, around the workout is quite an important part. Why? Because we're looking to build more muscle through moving more loads in the gym. So what you want to do is sort your pre-workouts and post-workout meals. You want to have what is known as high glycemic index carbohydrates around the workout. So this can be cereal if it needs to be. I know you're going to hate me for saying this and the sugar that is in cereal, but that's high GI. Fruit, high GI. What else have we got? Cream of rice, high GI. Bread, high GI, even white potatoes are quite high GI. So you want to have high glycemic index carbs in and around the workout. Why? Because they will get straight into the body quicker. They'll digest better, so you won't be sat training with something that's slow digesting. I fucked up today because I had an oat milk flat white within half an hour of training on, and it was leg press, and I was like, oh, but I still just got it done, and we still hit the reps, no problem, but it was just a little bit more uncomfortable. Why? Because it don't digest as fast. Milk is slow release. So get high digestible foods. But then after the workout, you want to replenish those stores as quickly as possible. So you want to have, again, those high GIs, and that's why we have protein shakes after the gym, because it's very quickly digestible points of protein, whereas like chicken just don't digest that fast, and neither does red meat, obviously. So carbs in and around the workout. Carbs are your biggest friend. We know what to have pre and post workout. We know that you need to track your food as religiously as if it was a dieting phase. Now, the biggest myth on when people start bulking up is that they need to be in a calorie surplus to build muscle. That is true, but you don't need to be in a fucking huge surplus. I know, I've done it. I've been in a ridiculous surplus, and you just end up getting fat because you don't actually use the food that is being used. You only really need to be in a slight surplus of probably about 200 to 300 calories. And that's not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear me say, right, let me write you out a diet plan and you can go to Five Guys and you can eat this every day. No, that's not the answer. It's not sexy. I know. To be in a calorie surplus of 200 to 300 and you're going to track it every day anyway like it's a normal dieting phase, it's not the sexy answer that you wanted to hear. But it is the right answer, and it is what will actually help you. Follow that diet meticulously with a slight surplus. Because remember, it's not the calorie surplus that builds muscle. It's lifting the load in the gym. But the surplus is there in order to aid you in, session after session, increasing reps in the gym. Increasing load moved in the gym. Recovering from the gym. Glycogen in, use it. Do something we never did before to make the body change into something that we never had. Replenish it, the glycogen stores. And that's where the extra food comes from. When do you increase your food? It will be the next question. When your numbers start to plateau out over about 2 weeks. If the numbers start to plateau, the scale has started to plateau, you can safely say you're ready for a little bit more food. But again, this is why we track weight. This is why we track photos, because we can track the weight, we can increase the food by 100, 200 calories, and we can repeat the process. Did our numbers in the gym continue to climb? Yes or no? Did our scale weight start to go back up to increasing to 0.5% wrong? Let's say, if you're in the US, you work in pounds. If you're in the UK, you work in kilos. 2 pounds a month, 1 kilo a month. So divide that by 4 for the week, wherever you're watching this in the world. Are we achieving that on a scale weight perspective? Yes, cool. Food is good. Are numbers going up in the gym? Yes, good. Muscle is being built. Do not eat any more food. Continue to track meticulously what it is you're eating. Can you have an off-plan meal when you're in a surplus? Yes, it's something I'll be doing. I'll be having one a week for sure, just for some variety, because when you are dieting down, you're rigid and there's no off-plan meals. There's no room for that because every calorie needs to be packed full of nutrients toward your goal. But when you're in a long, because the surplus, the off-season lasts for a hell of a lot longer in order to build tissue, you're going to want that variety. You're going to want to be able to go out for food with your mates. So the one off-plan meal will be okay. But you want to also factor that in, like you're going out for 1,000-calorie meal. Okay, your target's 3,000 calories. You need to make sure that you've had 2,000 through clean foods and that you've set aside enough for the 3,000. You don't want to get fat in your surplus. You will a little bit, but this is why we get to 8 to 10% body fat, because we've got a full runway of 10% to play with of body fat. That's a fair amount. That means we can hit a surplus for a good 10 months. You can think how much tissue you'll be able to build in 10 months if you didn't have to keep starting and cut like mini cuts and cutting completely because you got too fat too quickly. You want to do a bulk and you want to try to get as much tissue as you possibly can so you can look in the mirror and see some significant change. And you do that 3 years on the bounce, do it well, you'll look a fucking another human being. If you can put on 5 kilos of lean tissue every time you did a surplus, and I'm saying lean as in compare yourself lean to lean, like pretty much the same body fat in both of those photos. So if you can put on, and you know what? if I'm being critical, I'm about 75 in this photo, and I'm 68-ish in this photo, so there's only 7 kilos difference, and look at the fucking drastic difference. I want to push at least to 80, and I think I'll look unrecognisable, providing it goes on in the right places, which for me, if I assess that, more chest, 100%, more arms, back you can't see, so back's quite alright, but that's where I'd want to be putting it on. You will look on, if you put 15 kilos of lean tissue on, you will be a completely different animal. Let me tell you that for free. And if you did your surplus right, 3 times on the bounce and stayed consistent, but this is where it gets hard because you're going to do the unsexy stuff for 3 years. You're going to stay within a macro target that you track every day for 3 years. You're going to cut, you're going to bulk for 3 years, and you continue to track your weights in the gym for 3 years. So it's not sexy. It's not a case of going and eating loads and a diet that's going to save you. No, eat the foods you like, prioritize carbs. Carbs drive performance in the gym and also replenish glycogen stores, and just get stronger and stronger and stronger. If you don't feel certain exercises or you're not gaining tissue, it's because you're doing them wrong. I'm very big on the boys in the Gorilla Platoon. Soft plug to my online coaching business. We do form clips every week because we need to perfect how they're executing those movements when they're on the gym floor. The accuracy of every movement needs to be done to perfection, and then you layer that with a fucking hell of intensity to do something you've never done before. It's like a pinpoint throwing right where you want it to, but with so much force it creates the change, and that's what we're all about. So if you found this useful, if you found it insightful, subscribe to my channel right now, and obviously like this video and share it with your mate who probably needs to hear it because he's telling you, oh, let's just bulk and eat loads of fucking food. And you're going to go, no, you idiot, you're just going to make me fat. I'm not going to put on that much tissue. And then you're going to cut back down, and you're going to look nigh on the same. And that's an awful position to be in, because guess what you wasted there? Fuck ton of time and a fuck ton of your youth. So, I digress. Thank you for watching this video. Follow me on Instagram, book a call if you want me to get you jacked, and I'll see you tomorrow.